Hello and thank you for clicking on my channel, Cali Legends Media. I'd like to thank all the subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, I want to ask you to please hit that subscribe button down below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. And if you'd like to be notified when a new video drops, hit that notification bell and you'll be notified and you can go back and watch the videos whenever you have time. Okay, so I was asked to do a video on Maravilla and some of the activities that took place, activities that involved, pedo, that means fighting, whatever, some conflict. Okay. That being said, I'm gonna take us back to back in the days when we used to have a lot of parties and dances and things going on inside the neighborhood. And here in Maravilla, there was a place called the Cleveland House. Okay, the Cleveland House was located in LOPEZ, Maravilla. Okay, and they used it for various things. One of the things they used it for was boxing. They used to train boxers there. We had handball tournaments there. It's a little place on the corner where there was different types of activities for the community. Anyways, this particular evening they were having a dance there. There was a lot of people invited. People from all over were invited. So me and my homies were kicking back in the neighborhood. We're young, youngsters, feisty, maybe 19, 20 years old. And somebody brought up the dance. Hey man, there's a dance at the Cleveland House. So we got in about 3 different cars, piled in. I was driving my blue 54 Bel Air at the time. Had rockets, sat pretty, nice little bomb. Anyways, certain homeboys got into my ride, and we took off to the Cleveland House, caravaned over there. So when we get there, people are walking in. It's jumping, People from everywhere were walking in there. I'm not going to kid you, man. When we walked in together as a group, And when we walked through that door, it's like we caught everybody's eye. Like everybody was looking like, who are these vatos, We walked in and we walked right through the middle of the dance floor. We just strolled in there like if it was our dance and the place belonged to us, And we all started taking various girls by the hand and started dancing with them, So my homeboys are dancing and everybody seems to have relaxed, and the tension was dying out. And my homeboys are dancing and they're throwing up the M's, A couple of them yell out the barrio, But we're all having a good time dancing. The girls are smiling and dancing, having fun. And then an argument started off to my right. And the people around that argument kind of stopped dancing. Then I see one of my homeboys walk out with this other dude. And when he was walking out, he was taking off his t-shirt and stuff. And then it went up, My homeboy started fighting. We didn't know who they were fighting with, because we weren't around. We weren't so close to each other, but we had enemies there. There was a lot of enemies there. Anyway, so I went outside to go check on the homie that went outside, and my homie had the guy on the floor, and he was going to work on him, And I was in the doorway, and the crowd inside and the fighting inside was already under control. The people who were having the dance, and I'm sure a lot of guys from LOPEZ, you know, calmed things down, separated homies, you know. So we ended up shaking the spot, you know. There was no knives, nobody got stabbed, nobody got shot. There were knives and guns there, just nobody used them. It was all fist fighting, you know. And so there went that little party, right? So people are getting in different cars and stuff, and one of the homies jumps in my bomb. He tells me, "Come on, let's go. Let's take me to the lamplighter. I gotta talk to my carnala," you know. So his sister worked at this bar. And by the way, for those of you who don't know what the cleaning house is, it's not called that anymore. It's Oscar De La Hoya's boxing gym nowadays. That's same location, right here in Lopez Maravilla. Anyways, so me and this homeboy jump in my bomb, and we take off to go to the lamplighter. The lamplighter was located on Atlantic Boulevard. It was a bar, pretty much a dive, you know. It was a nice place, you know. It was a bar, you know. But the guys from LOTE Maravilla, who at that time, during that time, were bitter rivals of our neighborhood, right? That was one of their strongholds, you know. That's where they were known to be in the weekends, you know. Anyway, so me and my homeboy go down there, and I park my car right in the front where the door's at. And I get off, and I go pop my trunk, you know. And I stand by my trunk while he goes in. I give him a little bit of time, and after a while I go to the doorway and I look in, I check on him. He's talking to his sister, right? There's not too many people in the bar at the time. Then all of a sudden, man, all kinds of cars start pulling into the driveway, you know, into the parking lot. And it's the guys from LOTE, you know. So I'm standing there. They know my car. They know who I am, and they know my vehicle very well. And they start pulling in and looking at me, and, you know, talking with each other, you know, quietly, and walking around, like spreading out and looking different places, like looking like, who's this vato with? What's going on here, right? And my homeboy walks out of the bar. This guy Güero from LOTE is standing next to me. He's just standing next to me, right? And you know, we're like just like looking at each other. Like, I'm waiting for it to pop off any minute, right? And this guy from LOTE comes over and calls my homeboy Sugar Bear a little bit off to the side, and they're talking, right? And I could tell my homeboy got a little bit loud, and he's like, "Hey, homie, I don't care, you know, my carnala works here. Okay, this and that, blah, blah, blah," and, you know, excuse me. Anyways, dude told my homeboy, "All right, well, you know, you vatos just go ahead and jam then, you know, but, you know, consider this a pass, homie, because we catch you like this again, slipping on me, it's not gonna go good for you." And my homeboy's like, yeah, whatever, you know. "Hey, homie, come on, let's jam, man. Fuck these vatos," he goes, you know. And that vato Güero walks away from where I'm at. I close my trunk, get in the car, and I start it up. And my homeboy's looking around. He's watching everybody, right? And he tells me, "Come on, let's go, man. These vatos are going to do something." And I take off and I'm going down the alley, the backside of the lamplight, and sure enough, man, they start popping caps. Obviously, they weren't too good of aimers. You know, they didn't aim too good. They didn't hit no glass or anything. No bullets came in the car, but they shot a hole in the back of my trunk. And that was the very first bullet hole on my car, man. They baptized that puppy. Because all my cars through the years have bullet holes. But that was the first bullet hole on that bomb, man. I was butthurt, man. And I'm just gonna end it here. I'm not gonna go on, about anything else about this story. But somebody asked for a war story, a Maravilla war story. And I could only tell you so much on YouTube. But it gives you an idea, man. Like, that was just a part of one night in Maravilla, It's a pretty little, it was a volatile, more volatile then than it is now. It was crazy. And it's a lot calmer now. Nevertheless, lives are still being lost. Young people are dying. Not only by the gang violence, but also from the drug use. There's a lot of bad things still that are affecting the young people in our neighborhood here, in all Maravilla, in all Los Angeles, and throughout the United States and even in other states, man. It's a bad deal. Gangs, drugs, all of that. I don't glorify or promote these things in any way. It's all bad, man. And the stories I tell are just like this one, is just what could happen, And lives could have been lost that night, Not just our lives, their lives. Somebody's lives could have been lost, And yeah, let's not think that it's just a thing to do and get involved with gangs and get involved with the streets and stuff. It's very dangerous, man. Let's try to keep our kids going in the right direction, going to school, try to get them in college, try to get them working, try to help them find a career and a path in life. And for everyone else, let's hang on to our freedom. Flaco's a good example from a convict's perspective on just how easily we could lose our freedom. And hopefully he don't lose his life in there, because he's a knucklehead, and anything could happen, So let's hang on to our freedom. Let's stay free. Let's stay out here where we could be here for our families and those that love us, for when they call upon us, instead of us being incarcerated or locked up for making bad decisions and going down paths that we shouldn't go, and force them to waste their resources and their time taking care of us while we're incarcerated. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in other videos, and God bless your families. God bless you. Thank you very much.